Hey friends, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel and happy first day of fall. By the time this video comes out, it will probably be Monday, which will be the first day of fall. So I am eager and excited for fall. In fact, I have a pie in the oven right now. It's a raspberry pie and it smells so good. It's just a store-bought pie, but that's okay. It still smells really good. And I also have my favorite movie playing in the background. You might recognize it while we're decorating. So in today's video, I'm going to be decorating my living room and my entryway for fall, and we're going to be using all of the classic brilliant colors of fall. So if you're tired of the neutral fall decorating videos out there, and there are a lot of them, you've come to the right place. I think you're going to like this video. At least I hope so. I guess I'm ready. So if you're ready, let's get started. So my living room is kind of one big square, and I thought I would give you a quick glimpse of how it looks before we begin decorating. If you're familiar with my channel, you might notice a new piece of furniture, and that is my coffee table. We'll get back to that in a moment. Here's my entryway. We'll also be decorating this area as well. There's also this shoe bench in my entryway, and I like to have that there, especially in winter, to sit down and put my boots on. And unfortunately, my little Chase kitty will not be making an appearance in today's video. He took off a few days ago on me, and those tomcats, I tell ya. So here is the new coffee table, and I've got to tell you, I am really enjoying this coffee table. It is from Lue Bona. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was pretty hesitant to even get this because if you've been following me, you might remember I've had some pretty bad luck lately buying things through the mail as far as furniture is concerned. But this did not disappoint. In fact, the day after I received it, I emailed the company Lue Bona and told them I would have no problem giving them a very good heartfelt review. One of my favorite things about it is the shelf underneath. It's perfect for some extra storage. You could put some baskets under there or maybe even a blanket for those cooler months. And I also think the top is just beautiful. So if you're interested in purchasing this table or seeing what else the Lue Bona company has on their website, I will provide links in my description box. And for 15% off, be sure and use my code Rachel15off. I found this vase at the at-home store. I was super delighted because it looks so much like this one. However, that one was way out of my price range. So I dug out some of my stain. I have the golden pecan color as well as the special walnut. And I just kind of alternated between those two colors. The special walnut is a deeper brown, and then the golden pecan adds, well, I guess a golden color. I was a little concerned that the stain wouldn't take very well and that it would stay pale. So I brought this decorative box out to compare, which was kind of my reference. And I think it turned out really nice. And to it, I'm adding these fall hops, which have such a brilliant and vibrant color for fall. And then I'm going to add some coffee table books along with this gold bowl from Studio Mickey at Target. And I just added some fake apples right now. Assuming that my dear friends don't eat all my pears off my front lawn, I'll probably put some of those in the bowl later on this fall. I do enjoy watching them though. In the morning they tend to go for the apples, and in the evening they tend to go for the pears, which I find super interesting. But who can blame them? I mean, nobody wants to eat the same thing every meal. And here I'm lighting my cinnamon apple donut candle, and then I'm adding these wicker decor boxes to the bottom shelf. And next, I'm going to be adding some cozy fall throw pillows to cozy up my sectional. I'm using the classic colors of fall and layering with different textures to keep everything really cozy and interesting. And in my opinion, nothing says sweater weather better than those cable knit throw pillows. And don't forget to layer on the blankets for all the fall coziness. And then here's another one of those cable knit pillows. This is more of a caramel color, and that was from the at-home store, as was the other cable knit pillow. Can you tell I like blankets? I don't know about you, but I use blankets all year long. I'm always cold. I mean, it doesn't help that I live in Wisconsin, but I don't think I can blame it completely on that. The rustic planter is from Studio Mickey from Target. I just added some wild looking stems to it. Not exactly flowers, but I do think they look really nice in there. And now let's talk about this cozy boat lantern. Of course, it's just decorative, but I've been waiting all summer to use this. We picked it up while we were on vacation this past summer, and I just knew it would make the perfect touch for fall because of that copper color and just the beautiful glow. And then I have this very distinguished looking, if I do say so myself, blackbird. To me, he looks like he's doing something very important, even if it's important only in his own mind. And then for under the table, I'm just going to add some coffee table books. I guess this one is technically a recipe book, but I do like to sit in my living room and look at recipes as well. And then I'm going to bring in my glazed bowl. Now, I think this is such a beautiful bowl, and believe it or not, it was thrifted for around $5, and I think it looks way more expensive than that. Now I'm giving you an overview of how my end table turned out. Then I will take a few steps back and show you this whole side of the living room decorated. And then I'll turn around the other way and we'll decorate my open bookshelf for fall. So that will be next. And here's a quick peek into my dining room. I already did that fall video, and of course it's not as elaborate as it was for the video because I took my tablescape down. But if you have not yet seen that video, I'll be sure and link it for you. I'm just going to be working around the books because those are going to stay on the shelf. Some of the pieces I'm using are thrifted, other ones are new. So if you have any questions about where something is from, please don't hesitate to ask. I will provide you a link if I can find one.
If I had a boat, I would sail out, take every brother and sister of mine. We'd roll in the sunshine and sleep when it's
You might remember this church from my winter thrifting video, which feels like a few months ago, but it wasn't. This year has just flown by for me, but I got so many views on that winter thrifting video. I am going to put some lights in that church as well. These next two pieces of wall art were a set from Target last year. You may notice a little chip missing on the bottom left side of that first one. It took a tumble in my decor room, but don't worry, I'm going to fix that, or at least I'm going to hide that. This acorn canister is also from Target, and it is a recent find, and I'm just going to put it right in front of that little boo-boo.
I'll pick you violet flowers if I get there faster than you. I'll pick you violet flowers if I get there faster than you. 'Cause it's mad, yeah it's mad. Oh, the whole world's mad. 'Cause it's mad, it's all mad. It's mad out there.
After I finish decorating the shelf, I will back up and show you how the whole thing looks together. I did find these bells recently. I really don't want to link them though because I had so much grief from the company that I bought them at, and I don't want to make a bad name for her, but she's from Canada. And also, here's an FYI, if you live in the United States and you want something from Canada, there's an extra charge as well because it has to come across the border. Now that wasn't her fault, but the stands themselves came super crooked, and that wasn't due to the way that they were shipped. They were defective. Fortunately, my husband was able to fix them, but she really wasn't any help. These books were my grandma's. They're some very old Bible story books, so they just stay here all the time. These green books here at the bottom are the Matthew Henry Bible commentaries that I was talking about in my Sunday community post. I refer to them often, and I highly recommend getting a physical set of Bible commentaries like that. It's perfect for if you have a question about any verse in the Bible, you can just grab one of the commentaries and get a lot of information about each verse. It's wonderful. Moving over to my fireplace area. Now this is just a little electric fireplace, so it's not super big, but I make the best of it. And I'm using this thrifted garland. I believe I bought this last year at the end of the fall season, which is often the best time to find the deals, right? There's a thin spot where my hand is here, and there's a couple of leaves that fell off. I don't know if this is where they fell off from the garland, but I'm just gonna stick them in right there. Hope they stay. Next, I'm bringing in some wood pumpkins to kind of contrast the white fireplace. These are from Hobby Lobby. And then I thought I would just add in one more leaf here between the pumpkins to add a little more fullness. Now I'm going to decorate the top of the mantle, and I'm starting with this beautiful photo of our beautiful dog who passed away last fall. We miss our Zara so much. And then I'm going to add this candle and put a little greenery around it, and then this pumpkin. Now, moving down to the hearth area, I have this basket, and I'm just using these pumpkins to add a little bit of bulk to the basket, as well as this little piece of foam. Now I'm going to add in a fall scarf. Some of you might have remembered seeing how I decorated with this same scarf last year. I'm wondering if anyone will remember. I will say I used it very differently. And here's a hint. It was used in my fall dining room video. Part of me really wants to tell you, but I think I'm going to let you guess. Or even better, if you really want to know, you are very welcome to cheat and look back on my fall dining room video from last year. I know, I'm so manipulative, aren't I? I knew it needed one more thing, and of course, it was lights. Naturally, you have to have lights. You can never have enough lights. I always say that. Normally, I don't show you me fussing this long with something, but I figured I'd show you the process. So the pumpkins are back in for good this time. At the last second, I decided to add a little more of that fall greenery, the same kind that's around the candle above. I really don't know what kind of greenery it's supposed to be. It looks like it's something dried, but of course it's fake, and it's from Hobby Lobby. Before I put that lantern down, I added this little wooden square that my husband made me, and I painted it black. It just gives the lantern a little bit of height that I needed. And then of course you can see I added a candle, and I believe that candle wreath is from Hobby Lobby. The lantern is thrifted. You might remember that from one of my thrifting videos. And then also from Hobby Lobby a few years ago is this light up pumpkin. It does plug in, and I'm not sure if they have those this year. Let me know in the comments if you happen to know, and I'll be sure and pin your comment for others to see. And then that little squirrel fellow was from the Dollar General. They do have those again this year. So here's an overview of how my fireplace area turned out, and then we're going to move over to my entryway and decorate that for fall. Can you figure out what my favorite movie is, the one I'm watching here while decorating? I bet a lot of you can, because I know a lot of you are kindred spirits. I can tell by the way that you comment, not only to my videos, but to my community posts. And believe me, that means a lot to me. Okay, so another vase DIY. This is from Kirkland's, and although I've always liked the shape of it, I never felt like the colors worked with my decor, so I thought I would paint it. I'm using regular wall paint and a paintbrush, or I should say my son is, because he saw me doing it and he asked if he could join in. He's 12, and I gave him a paintbrush because I wanted to keep the texture, and I think it turned out really well. I think he did a good job.
Clock keeps ticking. I don't know what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me. My mind is filled with pictures of when we used to dance, but now I don't know where.
Now this is my first time trying this idea, but I've seen others do it, so I thought I would give it a whirl. I'm using just a lamp base and fitting it inside that vase. And then I have this lampshade that's going to just go over. And I also have this little chargeable, rechargeable light. And so that's going to cast just a nice glow. And now I'm going to add a candle. And the top of this is finished. So I'm going to move to the lower shelf. I'm starting with these decorative boxes. Of course, you can store things in them. They're not just decorative, but they are pretty, aren't they? They came as a set of 4, and the smaller 2 are being used on my open bookshelf in my living room, if you recall. They are from Amazon, so of course I can link those, and I will link everything that I can link for you in the description box.
It's my fault, I messed it up, and I should have treated you much better.
And now I'm going to add this thrifted gold lantern. This was another find that I showed in one of my thrifting videos. I don't remember how much I spent. I'll have to go back and look. There's one more area that I decorated in my entryway, and that is my shoe bench. Since it's not a very thrilling area, I thought I would just go ahead and decorate it off camera. But I'll show it to you anyway. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, I'm so glad that you did. My name is Rachel, and my channel is all about home decor and homemaking, mostly home decor, really. I live in the beautiful woods of Wisconsin with my husband, my son who's 12, and a lot of cats. You'll hear a lot about cats if you watch my videos. My husband and I have 2 other daughters who are out of the house. I do homeschool my 12-year-old son. And by the way, I've never really said this on my channel before, but if you have any questions about homeschooling, please feel free to ask me those questions because I would be happy to answer you. I mean, I've been homeschooling for forever. I mean, it feels like forever because my daughter is 18 and I homeschooled her from the age of 4. And I was actually homeschooled in my high school years. My parents homeschooled me. So anyway, as I said, fire away if you have any questions and I'll do my best to answer them. So with that note, in about 10 seconds, I will wrap this video up face to face.
Now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you.
I think that's just about enough cream. Happy fall. So I'm not going to eat it in front of you because I'm self-conscious, but it's very good. I don't think I've ever had raspberry pie. I don't know what raspberries are, but I highly recommend this. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like. That really helps out my channel, so thank you for doing that. I might have one more fall decorating video coming, like a late fall / Thanksgiving video. I'm not sure, I'm still thinking about it. If you're interested in home decor, I'd love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. But that is all I have. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, stay thankful.